go away? Please? No one's ever stuck with me for so long before.
Attraction, lights, camera, action.
I wanna show you that you came here with some.
Hi guys, it's Dimitri D. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're new, you should subscribe to my channel because I do random stuff on the channel. And today we decided to do a part 2 reacting to actually happened animations. If you guys really like this, if you guys want a part 3, make sure you guys give the video a big thumbs up, and don't you guys forget to hit that subscribe button. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. First, what we're going to be doing is my best friend is homeless. Now, I can't relate to this story, but I'm very interested in how this goes. I hope something positive happened to it, so let's get started with the reaction.
My name is Charlie, and I want to tell you about my best friend.
Okay.
You could think that it's a usual school story about best buddies, but you would be wrong.
Alright.
Thing is, I made friends with a homeless man, and we managed to help each other a lot.
Oh.
Listen to my unbelievable story. That day was horrible, as any other school day when I had physics. I hated physics, on 2 reasons. First one was that I didn't understand it at all.
Relatable.
It's the only subject that makes me totally clueless. The second reason is connected to the first one. My dad is a physicist, and he thinks a son who doesn't have straight A's in physics is a shame to him as a parent, as a scientist, and generally as a human being. I've tried everything to explain to him that it's not my thing. I even tried taking private physics classes. Nothing helped. That day was the last drop. I brought a D in physics again back from school, and was ready for another boring discussion on priorities with my dad. But things went awfully wrong. That time he literally fell hysteric yelling, "I don't need a son that stupid! I don't have a son."
That is so stupid. Like, really, like, who would say that? Like, okay, your son is not good at physics. Like, other subject that he good in, sir.
Was overreacting. To be honest, I got really very offended. So I packed my things for a couple of overnights and went away from home. It seemed like a nice idea to me. I went to spend a couple of nights simply in the street. Nights were warm, and my parents would quickly find me if I went to my friends. By the time I turned back, my dad would have become adequate again. I left my phone at home, of course. Easy. After all, I went after old classics, which was Under the Bridge. When I saw that there was already a group of ominous-looking homeless, I understood that my enthusiasm had already gone. I started seriously considering returning home, when an elderly man came up to me and asked, "Welcome, son. Are you looking for an overnight?" He was smiling in a nice way, and seemed quite okay. Clean face, old but neat clothes. I decided to remain for a while, and join him near the fire. He was evidently curious, and asked me how come I was spending the night all alone, away from my parents. I felt my story was utterly stupid, but I spat it out at once. That man was pretty amused. "So you have problems with physics, eh? What's the topic you got a D for? Newton's second law? But why? Isn't it simple?" he answered. And then something magically happened. He started explaining it to me. And at some point, I suddenly found out that it wasn't that hard after all.
Oh, that is awesome. Like, that is really cool. Like, see, people just look at someone in the street and just think like, oh, the person is hopeless because he homeless or she homeless, but you never know what they will have, like what type of skill they will have or what type of talent they have. You never know.
Physics that well. And if you do, why are you here? Turned out my friend's new name was Bob. He was a retired physics teacher and moved here from another state. He used all of his savings to buy a house, but it was a fraud, and he had nowhere to leave and no family to turn back to. He wanted to get a job, but couldn't, because he was homeless. After all, he stuck to a group of homeless but remained positive. His story was so inspiring. To be honest, I felt like an idiot. Decision, and that he would accompany me. As we were coming home, I was thinking how to ask Bob to give me some physics lessons. This would be a job for him and a relief for me. But I forgot it all at once when I opened the door, and I saw Mom crying and hugging me. And my dad embarrassed in the background. Hugs finished, I noticed Bob was silently going away. "Wait, wait!" I shouted. I made him enter our house, explained to my parents who Bob was, and made him a cup of coffee. The least I could do. My dad
so
seemed genuinely interested and started a conversation about physics. And Mom was just thankful I got back home safe and sound. So this is how that day finished. And this is how I met my best friend Bob. So that each other. And now it seems it's only him who has helped you. There's a good end to that story. My dad liked Bob a lot, and he proposed a solution. At his office, they needed a lab technician, so he offered the position to Bob. Thus, he could rent an apartment. At the same time, I asked Bob to give me private lessons of physics, and improved both my marks and my relationship with my dad. My life and Bob's life both would have been much worse if we hadn't met. And I'm proud to say that Bob, an elderly ex-homeless, is my best friend. And I hope that I am his as well.
That's what's really cool. Like, he just changed his whole entire life, and like that like basically like a blessing. Like, you never know what will happen to you. Like, you would just think like you gotta take one path, that's it, and that's the only thing you could take, and just like you never know like what will happen. Like, that was a good story, a really good story. Next one that we're gonna be reacting to is I Am Ugly and I'm Proud of It. I Am Ugly and I'm Proud of It. I think that's what the title is. But relatable.
My name is Doris, and I have a story about my constant frustration.
Alright.
I'll tell you directly, I am very bad looking. Who wants to hear things like, "Oh no, Dory, you are so pretty"? Don't say that. No one in his right mind would call me pretty. Your looks are a genetic lottery, as they say. In this case, I haven't got a single number called out. Both my parents are nice looking, and no one knows whom I've taken after. I am absolutely healthy, no impairments or deformations. It's only my face that makes people startle. My older brother is also alright, like my parents. You know, I would be glad to tell you I'm accustomed to my reflection, but till now I want to call the exorcist every time I see myself in the mirror. However, it feels so nice I can be humorous about it, instead of telling a dramatic story full of suffering. Problems with self-acceptance started when I went to school. You know how cruel kids may be. I've heard comments of any kind. Mocking, derogatory, offensive. In a fairy tale about a princess and a dragon, you would be a dragon. Hey, are you afraid of mirrors?
People like that irritate the crap out of me. Like, do you have something better to do? Like something better to do? Like, you wasting your time. Like, you really is wasting your time. Like, these people thinking like, oh, you could just say the person ugly, but I mean, y'all not perfect either. Look at y'all.
Troll than like your parents. But thankfully, they got accustomed to my looks, which is a miracle, because I still haven't. I even got some friends after all. I think I have a nice personality, and people like talking to me. But there's always another benefit of making friends with a person like me. My pretty friends looked absolutely stunning in comparison with me. With this well-trained body, I started using makeup early. Mum herself taught me how to apply it in the hope that it could help. Thanks to her, I was still scary, but scary chic. I was even thinking that I would grow up and maybe consider plastic surgery, but, well, I'm not the type. First, plastic surgery is cheating. I think it's more thrilling to live your life the way you have been created. And then, in my case, I wouldn't even know where to start. The only way would be to erase my face completely and to draw a new one. So, as I said, I was depressed. All my efforts to improve the situation didn't work. No one was attracted by me. But I have always done my best to take this situation with humour, because it's easier to survive it laughing than suffering. Once, someone witty gave me a nickname, Yoda, because, well, you know, from some angle we looked like twins. And that's what they started calling me at school. I thought it was somehow funny, because it seems that no one meant to offend me calling me that way. So I started cosplaying Yoda. I spoke like Yoda, I called everyone young Padawan, and was always giving out wise comments. Slowly won the hearts of my schoolmates and got the reputation of school comedian #1. I came to realization that people are cruel towards those who are weak and embarrassed, and praise those who are strong and live in peace with situation. I can't blame them, that's just how psychology works. And that's when I thought I can have benefits from my face, even if it's sensible. I have had several auditions in drama schools lately and have received very good feedbacks about my comic skill and unusual face. Imagine that everyone is tired of cute faces, and good actresses with non-standard looks are really valued. So now, finally, I am in peace with myself. After school, I want to go to acting school, and my face will be my trademark. I'm still scary, but I am proud of it rather than ashamed or depressed. And that's what I wanted to tell anyone who is embarrassed by his peculiarities. Be proud of them rather than ashamed. And may the force be with you, young Padawan.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like, knowing the fact that some people could like just basically like accept how they look instead of just trying to fix it with plastic surgery and stuff. Like, people like that we need more people like that that will accept their look no matter what and anything like that, and take it as a positive thing, because you know, not everyone is perfect. I mean, look at me, I already got called ugly, but like, at the end of the day, I just had to understand, like, you know, not a lot of people are perfect, and maybe you are a pretty person, but you're probably boring. So it's just like, end of the day, I mean, ugly looks, you may have the best personality ever. That is it for this video. If you guys want a part 3 of this, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, and don't you guys forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.